Drew McIntyre, a man who has clawed his way back from getting fired, rebuilding himself from the ground up and coming back to the company in a position to where he had finally felt like he was truly the chosen one. He was a world champion, carrying the WWE on his back when the pandemic struck. He was finally getting everything that he truly deserved, but nothing truly elevated his career more than when he went on to feud with CM Punk. Their feud was electric and personal and had been widely known as one of the best storylines that WWE has cooked up all year. But since that feud, CM Punk has gone on to win World Champions and main eventing a WrestleMania, while Drew on the other hand, he sure was there. Hola everyone, my name is Nando and for today's video, I'm here to discuss the tragic fall that is Drew McIntyre's run in the WWE since his feud with CM Punk. It's been spoken about for a while now, but I think it's quite clear on how misused Drew McIntyre has been for the last couple of years. Like, how is a guy that's been working his ass for so long not won a singular championship since 2021? And no, we are not going to count this. He used to be WWE's big babyface of the company up until Cody Rhodes took his spot. But with all that yap getting out of the way, let's see where Drew's booking was headed after his legendary run with CM Punk. On December 2nd, 2024, Jey Uso had been seen to be attacked by a mystery man, and Sami Zayn came to the belief that it was Seth Rollins who attacked him due to his blood feud with Roman Reigns, but Seth would deny it all. But later in the night, after Sami Zayn's match, a Drew McIntyre-shaped figure attacked Sami Zayn, revealing himself to be none other than Drew McIntyre. Drew would later reveal that he was the one that attacked Jey Uso, and this would take Drew to facing Sami Zayn at Saturday night's main event, to which Drew would end up winning. Now you're probably asking yourself, why would Drew do all of this? What was his purpose? Well, Drew went on to reveal that he did this over his bitterness over Roman Reigns. Witnessing how the bloodline took him back so easily, even with all the abuse he put his family through. Good point! And Drew was going to take his anger out on all of his family members. So essentially what Drew was doing was basically becoming a bloodline hunter, dropping down all the previous bloodline members up until he gets to Roman Reigns. Now on paper, that seems like a really fire storyline idea. Drew and Roman have history from 2021 where Roman saw Drew as nothing but someone who was just beneath him. In 2022, Drew was close to winning the World Champion in front of a live crowd up until Solo ruined it. This has all the potential to be another storyline hit with Drew McIntyre. Okay, you got me hyped. You have my intrigue. Let's do this. Let's see where the storyline can go. They did nothing. They did nothing. Drew just had a match with Jey Uso, he lost, and then he got drafted to SmackDown, never to mention the storyline again. Well, okay then! But not all hope is lost as Drew went on to advance in the Elimination Chamber qualifier match, a match in which the winner would be granted the chance to face Cody Rhodes for the World Champion at WrestleMania 41. A match that would lead Drew McIntyre to be the first one eliminated and beginning to start his feud with Damien Priest. Huh? What? How far did we fall? How did we go from having a blood feud with CM Punk, potentially having a big money feud with Roman Reigns, Damien Priest? Now, no offense to Damien Priest, he's a very solid wrestler, but at this point, he's just a guy in the roster. Since losing the Judgment Day and the World Champion, bro has lost all his smoke. And to see that he's going to be Drew's WrestleMania opponent? Like, dude, come on! They did the best they could to hype up this feud, but no one really cared as much, and Drew just won. Drew would then take this win to justify himself a shot at the United States Champion, which was granted to him in a 4-way match. A match that he did not go on to win because Damien kept screwing up with his chances. So the feud had to blow off in a steel cage match, with both men fighting hard, but Damien's revenge was bittersweet as Damien put Drew out of his misery with a concerto, leaving the cage to take the win. This moment was done to write Drew McIntyre off as he was working hard for so many months, and so he just needed a break. But after 2 months, Drew McIntyre would return to confront Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. Now naturally you would think to yourself, oh whoa, Drew coming back for a world title feud with Cody Rhodes of all people? Yo, I'm down with that. You would think that, now would you? Because not only would you be wrong, oh, you'd be so terribly wrong if you had to guess where this interaction was headed. Because on the next episode of SmackDown, a musician by the name of Jelly Roll will come out as a special guest star, but will quickly get confirmed by Logan Paul, who is pissed off at seeing outsiders trying to take the spotlight in WWE. Get it, guys? Because the outsider is saying it? And this would lead Randy Orton to come out to being mad at Logan Paul for being such a hypocrite. But then Drew would surprise attack Randy with a Claymore, in revenge for Randy Orton hitting an RKO on him last week. And this would lead to a tag team feud where Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul would go against Randy Orton and Jelly Roll. Damien, please, can you come here for just a second? I am so sorry. I am so sorry for my harsh words that I just said a moment ago. Like, honestly, like, no offense. I did not think the bar could go so low with Drew feuding with you. But clearly, it can go much lower! Tell me, just reason with me. How did we go from Drew begging CM Punk to not hurt him anymore as he was drowning in his own blood, to feuding with Jelly Roll? Randy Orton, how did we go from you wanting to give CTE to your backstabbing best friend to Jelly Roll? Why are we giving our top stars to Jelly Roll? If you want celebrities to have a showcase for a viral moment, then have at it, but don't let them take away the spotlight of the main stars. Bring back the pre-show matches. Let a celebrity do their own thing to pop the crowd before the main show starts, and you're done and dusted, and it doesn't take away any time for any of the hard-working talent. And I know Jelly Roll puts a lot of effort into working for this match, with him training and especially him losing a lot of weight, and that's great and all, but I just question, why did he need the big resources of Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton to get the celebrity match? Like, chill, dude. Give him like an Austin Theory or Grayson Waller to sort him out. They did that the last time. So they had the match and Jelly Roll served a solid and serviceable performance. Did he really need 17 minutes of a performance to prove that? No, not really. And it all ended with Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre picking up the win. Which, you know, that's fair enough. Drew got a win, so hooray for that. But I just want to remind you that on the very same show, CM Punk was main eventing for the World Champion. Just thought that needed to be mentioned. But Jelly Roll went on to say in an interview that he had asked to lose the match as he thought a celebrity had no right in beating a pro wrestler. And fair to him on that, he's showing respect to the business. But that also makes me believe that he was originally scheduled to win the match. So if that was going to be the case, who was going to take the pin? Then a few weeks later, Drew would team with Logan Paul to go up against Cody Rhodes and John Cena on SmackDown, which would end in disqualification after Logan Paul low-blowed the knuckle shuffles out of Cena. But the main talking point was Drew McIntyre claymoring Cody through the announce table, which finally gives Drew a world title feud, and this feud especially comes with what can be said to be Drew's best feud. Because with Drew and Cody, there's history. They were tag champions. They were both gone from WWE and had to prove themselves and became a bigger name. So much to the point where WWE had to ask them to come back. See? Take note, Zack Ryder. So with all those ingredients said, you would think that we could get a great feud out of this, right? Right? This feud stunk. Talk about the most mid of all mid. So here's big problem number one. Cody could not really commit to the feud. He was busy filming for the new Street Fighter movie coming out next year, so Drew was left to feud with Randy Orton for a bit up until Cody's big return. They had that match at WrestlePalooza, a match that failed so many expectations as this was the first pay-per-view broadcasted on ESPN, and Triple H overhyped the show, saying big things are going to happen on the show, giving Cody and Drew the main event of the show, and they just wrestled a pretty standard match, and Cody just won, and nothing else happened. Okay. Which in a way, a clean standard match is a good thing. WWE does get tiring when most of their main event finishes end in interference. But when you hype the show that much, you're going to leave a lot of expectations on how your show is going to end. And unfortunately, nothing happened, so the match left a sour taste in people's mouths. Which shows as the YouTube clip for their match had double the dislikes that the likes had for their video. Then it seemed like Drew was going to take his next path with feuding with Jacob Fatu. Remember rising star, future world champion Jacob Fatu? Yeah, I remember that. What happened to all that hype? But it would seem that the feud had to be put on hold as Jacob was reported to be out of action due to be needing to get some dental work done. So that probably means he's gonna return with some really bright fake teeth. He's learning from his tribal chief. So what did they do next with Drew? Simple! They were just like, hey Drew, remember how underwhelming your match was with Cody? Well, I was thinking we'd do it again, but worse! Because Cody would defend his championship against Drew McIntyre at Saturday night's main event. A match that ended with Cody having to cheat with the title to win. We are really teasing a Cody Rhodes heel turn in 2025. Dude, it's nearly 2026! Here's the video explaining as to why we can't have a Cody Rhodes heel turn right now, but to no one's surprise, their match got double the dislikes than before! And unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, Drew is currently in the LA Knight position, where he is just being trusted as the upper mid-carder that can be put in the main event scene to put over the actual main event stars. Remember the swimming pool analogy that I taught you guys in the last video? This is so unfortunate as I'm a Drew McIntyre fan myself. I think he's great. I can tell that he puts on the work. I think he's got everything that it takes to be their guy of the company, but unfortunately, WWE doesn't see him that way anymore. But that's all from me, folks. Let me know down below in the comments on how you feel about this topic, but also send in your suggestions of what wrestling topic I should cover next. Like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe now as we're on the road to... Okay, I'm recording this before I've uploaded my WWE has an aging problem video, so in fear of this video being outdated, let's get to 80 subscribers. But if we move past the goalpost, let's get to 85 subs. What did I miss? Hola everyone, my name is Nando and for today's update video, oh my gosh, we did it! We actually did it! We have reached not just over 80, not just over 90, but we're now over 100 subscribers. What did I do to convince you guys? When I make update videos like this, I usually use my photos to present what I'm visually feeling, as it's either too late in the day to record as the lighting will look really terrible, or it's just I'm a bit too lazy to really record at the moment. But I think you guys deserve to have a one-to-one talk with me. You guys have no idea how much this means to me. And yes, I know there's going to be some people coming at me like, come on Nando, what's the big deal? It's only 100 subscribers. Okay then, you put 148 people in the room. Go on, right now. We'll see if that's a lot of people to you. Thank you guys so much for the love that you gave to this video. I was so proud with how the video went, but I was even more surprised and delighted to see the feedback that I got from it. When I started making YouTube videos at the beginning of this year, my sole goal was to try and hit 100 subscribers. Like, that was the big goal of mine that truly solidified my motivation on if I should keep going or not. In October, I was stuck at 39 subscribers. 39, and I had already accepted my fate that I was just never going to reach my goal. And then just 2 months later, we're here. The last video I made, I was at 73 subs, and you guys doubled that in 2 weeks. And to show how dedicated I am to this project, I've already noted that I've already got a new laptop now, but as you've probably noticed, we've got a new mic! Amen! I know you guys are so happy right now. Thank you guys so much for the love that you've given to this video and to the whole channel in general. Please, I beg of you, I need feedback. Please tell me how this sounds to you all, because I'm going to be recording a big video regarding John Cena soon, and for a big video like that, I want to make sure I have a mic that's as clear as possible. And also I paid a lot of money for this, so I need to make sure I've got my money's worth with this. So please, let me know down below. Like I said before, I know my setup is nowhere near from looking like a complete set from a professional HD quality YouTube video that you see all the time, but all that I ask is for your patience with me, and someday we will get there, hopefully. The best way you can support me is by engaging in these videos, as I appreciate the feedback that I get as I respond to everything in regards to, even if it's good, bad, or if you're just here to debate with me on wrestling. I'm fine with any of that. Trust me, I will. Here's the proof here. It's all right here. I know that all YouTubers say that they appreciate you guys, but generally I do. You gave me nothing but love, critiques, and your support, and I love all three of those things that you've given to me. So if you love this video, like it, comment how you feel, subscribe, as we're on the road to 150 subscribers, but since we're so close to that number, and just to be safe, let's then reach to 155 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, ciao!